to be able to get there, but they do now know that this could be a bit of a problem. Does go into the Shroud, is now closer, should be all right. Zeka actually flashes over the Audacious Charge. That was so sick. Wind becomes lightning also now on cooldown, and Zeka's just going to smoothly move his way out. The slow from Kyoshik with the standard is going to be there, and that's the flash forward. So Croco eventually gets the grab at him off, and that's the hook from max range. In goes Beryl and picks up the first kill for the bottom lane. Def now trying to get out of there, and he absolutely will, as Gravitum remains onto Kale. He's going to have to flash to get himself out, but is it going to be enough is the question. Infernum not quite enough range. As the flash forward from Defty once more, the flash hook, but Kale just hugs the wall beautifully.
Croco's going to spot this. He's got Scryers. Yep. And they're responding a lot better, a lot faster this time around.
This time the Realm Warp's there though, so the tempo advantage should still be there. And Deft has the Crescendum available, so even though Liv Sandbox do rotate earlier, it's not early enough. As the playback onto Croco, he flashes forward, gets the knock up onto Deft, who is still alive for the moment, takes himself a lantern, is now closer, dives on forward, executes the Aphelios, but meanwhile on the other side of the fight, the Xin Zhao has already fallen down. Dove, can he actually do it? King, and oh, the flash out of the way, Dove! The top lane Tryndamere God is making this one work, as now Zeka, nothing he can do 1 versus 3 or 2 versus 3, I guess.
So you grab...
As Charge comes forward, Croco's going to get flayed into the team, as now Kyoshik's in a whole bunch of trouble. The Cataclysm takes the Lantern to try and get out. Flashes now to get away from Closer, who is so dangerous at this stage. But
has full control of this lane. There's a hook.
Yeah, very nice hook, but Croco is going to get himself around, and a lot of respect is given. As soon as Xin Zhao shows his face, immediately DRX back away. Kyoshik still lying in wait, looking for a potential opportunity as Calibrum comes down. Now we've got the close range guns. Flash out immediately from Envy. The heal has been used as well. Solar Flare comes through, but that is the playback. Kale now trying to create a nuisance for himself. Great hook is going to come forward as Croco flashes up to Deft. And he was trying to go way too deep for that one and gets punished.
Yeah, a lot of greed here from DRX getting punished tonight. He goes deep. There's a stopwatch on Kale. This feels like game 1.
Yeah.
He has both summoners.
Teleport as well.
Yeah. He probably shouldn't waste, but he doesn't know the teleport's getting committed. He's going to use the Ghost.
Yeah, he's doing his best to dance around the dead turret. Now wants to try and stop this one from happening. Lateral damage going to come through, and yeah, he does manage to get 2 people down towards that bottom side. No teleport available from Dove, and we do have the Crescendum up for Depth, but can they actually outsmite Croco is going to be the question. 4 versus 3 for now, but the 2 solo laners still making their way in. Solar Flare to buy a little bit of time. Everfrost not going to exactly find it here, as Kyoshik needs to be able to grab this smite. Croco gets into the pit. It's going to be a 50-50. They want to try and kill him, but no! Croco's going to steal it away. Deft is going to get obliterated as well, and Liv Sandbox just crushed DRX.
And this is another calculated move by King to try to set up for an objective. He overextends, but DRX are already moving towards the Baron. They're pinging it, but yet they don't have the damage to clear it fast enough. And Liv Sandbox had vision around Baron. They knew it was happening. The response is instant. Look at the vision that they have there on the top side of the blue jungle. That one solo ward there and the brush wards there in mid mean that they can respond so quickly. While this is happening, look at the rest of Liv Sandbox. They're already coming over to Baron. The Solar Flare bought a ton of time, and yes, you do get that pick there. Solar Flare buys time here, and look at what happens to Zeka. Once again, he gets inflated here. Over the scuttle, right on top of Zeka, and that means there's no rise damage here, so you can't win the fight. Right, nice rotation from Croco, secures that smite, as you mentioned, but even if you win the smite war here, you don't walk out alive as DRX.
바로 먹었어, 바로 먹었어, 얘들아, 바로 먹었어!
I got the Baron, I got the Baron.
미드.
And he's obviously calling to push mid. They will grab the Ocean Soul. And
I think, of course, does increase the range now, so I guess that's what he's looking to try and execute on as Solar Flare comes down once again, locking up the members of DRX, but immediately Closer just gets exploded. Kale now in trouble as well as DRX trying to hold themselves in. Kale goes back, knows that he's dead. Meanwhile, on the bottom side of the map, Dove was trying to push in, but that straight up did not work. And is it Liv Sandbox's turn to throw?
I mean, that was definitely a bit of a throw in terms of what they did and what the goal was. They were trying to group up and grab somebody there and then push for the inhibitor, but they actually were easily spotted out and punished there. And you have to respect DRX's composition has insane catch potential right between the Thresh. You have obviously a Jarvan and the root power. that is going to be given with a rise, so you really do have to respect when you're going this deep that they can turn on you on a dime. You also have to remember that a teleportless Tryndamere is pushing a side lane, so this is not going to be a fair fight in terms of numbers here. They're in a choke point, and that's where Rise is really going to shine. Yeah. This is a game where, you know, again, this is one tiny step back, but does it give them back control of either crucial objective? Unfortunately, no. Now, they will have some Baron vision advantage here. Ooh, and if they had caught Envy, that'll do it.
Yep, that was a nice one. True-Shot Barrage is going to go slightly wide, but does land onto the wave, which is what Envy's trying to push forward to grab themselves some control. Zekka's going to teleport in. Great double knock up there, and the Moonlight Vigil comes down. Envy has to immediately get out of there as the Chakrams are a big problem. The CC's good onto Dove as now. He has to try and get himself out, but now Closer is trying to get the work done. Def flashes over and at least executes the Tryndamere, but he will go down. Zekka finally actually able to do damage, and King is still a problem, but 3 versus 4, sorry, Beryl going home right now, and DRX win another fight.
Yeah, DRX win another fight, but this was not a fair fight, and they still almost lost it. Remember, the teleports we saw coming through super late from Closer and very far away. The execution of how he used his perfect execution there with the rotation back in as Goshik is playing with fire here. Okay, hold that thought.
Going for a little bit of a flank play, and yeah, KL is in trouble. The Realm Warp going to come on forward as Zekka in perfect position to get himself over the wall. Good hook to set it up. And that is a dead support. Croco dead for another 12 seconds, and they may have thrown a Baron. My God, if we get another throw in this series, Wolf, I may lose my mind.
Yeah, this is Game of Thrones season spring so far here in the
And I was pretty happy that show was over, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, no, I think we all were.
Plus, they managed to get the bounty on top of it as well. Now, 1 second until the Elder Drake comes up.
And the timing of this is so abysmal for Live Sandbox. They will at least have Dove's ultimate here, but you have to somehow miraculously fight for this. This is all on Envy. For the first time in this game, it's all up to him to actually chip away super hard before this fight starts, but he's not hitting too many of those cues.
Yeah, it's not necessarily working out right now as Kingen started this one off already, and he can tank it for days, of course, as the Grades Closer on the side, but he's spotted immediately. Out goes Goshik as Dove's going to get Blade back. Has to go into the ultimate as early as possible and now wants to take down Def. It's going to wear off as Def is going to try and grab him, but no! Dove goes into his stopwatch. Zekka has one as well, but now he's getting surrounded. It's a double kill for the top laner of Live Sandbox, and maybe this game is just over.
Oh, it is definitely over, Atlas. They're going to push the win at Dove again with the flank. Such an incredible play, but also Croco's right in where he needs to be, hits the Crescent Guard, and it all sets up. And unfortunately for DRX, both of these games, each and every team fight, they struggle to keep their carries alive when it matters most. And this, shockingly, actually will be a 2-0 for Live Sandbox.
Yeah, Live Sandbox, they turned it all around. It looked like DRX had all the control, but now the Nexus is going to get obliterated, and Live Sandbox start off 2022 with a 2-0.